as you have seen in my previous videos, we have completed the chapter Arithmetic Progressions of class 10th, and now let's move to class 9th chapter Lines and Angles. So if you are new to my channel, do like, share and subscribe to get new updates regularly. So first of all, before starting the chapter Lines and Angles, all of us should be knowing some of the very basic terms that you have studied in the lower classes, but just to revise those statements, I'll help you in doing that. So first of all, in your book, there is a definition of collinear points. Co means same and linear means on a line. So collinear points are those points which are lying on the same line. For example, 1, 2, 3. A, B, and C, for example D, all of these points are collinear. Now, for some points to be collinear points, there should be points more than 2, because of course, if we are considering only 2 points, then 2 points themselves make only a single line. So they will become collinear only when there will be a third point on the same line. Okay, these points are known as collinear points. And oppositely, you can understand that what non-collinear points are. The points which don't lie on the same line are non-collinear points. For example, take a point here B, and here is A, C, D. Now, for example, we produce these lines and meet them here only, and let these point be E. Now B, A, C, D, E are collinear points, but B is non-collinear point. C and D are non-collinear points. Okay, so this is the definition of collinear as well as non-collinear points. Now we'll be defining some of the angles which you have absolutely studied in your lower classes. First of all, what is an acute angle? So while defining all these angles, I'll be using a general angle, that is a degree. Okay, what is an acute angle? An acute angle is an angle whose value lies between 0 degree and 90 degree. So the angle which is greater than 0 degree but less than 90 degree is known as an acute angle. The next one will be a right angle. A right angle is an angle whose value is 90 degree, not less than 90, not more than 90. Right angle. After that we have obtuse angle. What's obtuse angle? The value of the angle lies between 90 degree and 180 degree. That angle is known as obtuse angle. It means A must be greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. After that, there is a definition of straight angle which is not at all important. A straight angle, 180, the angle which is equal to 180 degree is known as straight angle. So let me write for you. Straight angle. It means the value is 180 degree. The last one is reflex angle. Most of the students don't usually need reflex angle concept, but the thing is we have to know the definition of reflex angle. So an angle which is greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree is known as a reflex angle. So these are some of the angles which you should know before starting the chapter Lines and Angles. Now, these are the kind of angles which depend on certain kind of value, certain kind of degrees. Now there are other angles which depend on their position. First of all, adjacent angles. What are adjacent angles? For example, to make you understand adjacent angles concept, consider here is an angle, and this line is just dividing this angle into two parts. For example, it's A, B, C, and this is D. Now, ABC, angle ABC and angle CBD are adjacent angles. So now you understand what are adjacent angles, which are really placed side by side, but a line is dividing them. Okay, not mandatory that the line is dividing them in equal proportions. It can be unequal as well. So these angles are known as adjacent angles. So here in this diagram, angle ABC and angle CBD are adjacent angles. After that, linear pair. It's a very important concept to start our first exercise. It's a very important. Actually, the whole first exercise of this chapter is based on linear pair of angles concept. Linear pair of angles. For example, there is a line AB is a line and there is a point C. It's not at all mandated that that point is lying in the midway between A and B. It can be like a ratio AC can be more than CB as well. So it's not at all mandatory. Now there is an angle, there is a line, another line that is D, CD line. Now angle ACD and angle DCB are known as linear pair of angles because the angles are lying on the same line. Angle DCA is also lying on ACB and angle DCB is also lying on line ACB. So that is why these both angles are known as linear pair of angles. Okay. After this, we have vertically opposite angles. What are vertically opposite angles? For example, two lines are intersecting each other. This one is AB and this one is CD. And for example, the intersection point is O. Now, angle AOD will be equal to angle BOC. Similarly, angle AOC will be equal to angle DOB. These angles are known as vertically opposite angles. Okay. So after that, there is a definition of another kind of angle, which is linear pair of angles, which we have already studied, and there are some of the axioms related to linear pair of angles. So we will be doing that, but before that, there is a concept of intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines as well. So what are intersecting lines? Kind of these lines. The two lines which are intersecting, which are cutting each other at certain point, that are known as intersecting lines. And the lines which are not intersecting anywhere are obviously what lines? Which lines? Parallel lines. So I'll be drawing these for you. Intersecting lines. Intersecting lines are simply two lines intersecting each other. Okay, these are intersecting lines. And what are non-intersecting lines? Non-intersecting lines are also known as parallel lines. For example, AB and CD are two non-intersecting lines. They are not intersecting at any point, but they are just parallel to each other. So that is why non-intersecting lines are also known as parallel lines. And our second exercise is solely based on parallel lines. So this was the introduction of the chapter lines and angles. After this video, we'll be starting with the axioms as well as the theorems which will be used in attempting the first exercise.